Charleston's house prices are going wild in 2025. I'm talking starter homes just under $300,000 to luxury estates up to $3 million. After helping over 5,000 people buy a home in Charleston, I've seen people make some pretty costly mistakes when it comes to which neighborhood in Charleston they choose to buy. In this video, I'm gonna break down the 14 best neighborhoods in Charleston, ranked from worst to absolute best. Some neighborhoods are gonna explode in value in 2025. Other neighborhoods are barely gonna budge. Watching this video could literally save you hundreds of thousands of dollars. So for this ranking, I've split Charleston's neighborhoods into 5 tiers, all the way from maybe think twice up to the absolute best of the best. Now look, there's truly no bad place to live in Charleston. Charleston's awesome. We're blessed with amazing communities everywhere. Let's be real, some neighborhoods are just way better than others. They're better value, there's better amenities, and there's better investment potential in some communities than there are in others, even in Charleston. So let's start at the bottom of the list with Tier D, the Think Twice communities. First up, we've got neighborhoods that might need some careful consideration before you buy. These spots offer the cheapest entry points into Charleston, but there's some definite trade-offs. First up, we've got North Charleston. In North Charleston, the median sales price is $330,000. It's down 4% from this time last year. It's one of those few areas in Charleston we're starting to see price declines. It's really mixed. You've got some super nice revitalized areas in North Charleston, and you got other areas that have some infrastructure issues. Most houses in North Charleston are older, built in the 50s to the 70s, and they've got some architectural character. And sometimes you can snag a fixer-upper somewhere in that $160,000 to $180,000 range. There's actually one pocket of North Charleston that is completely transformed in recent years, and it's in Tier B, and it might surprise you. I'm going to reveal that in just a few minutes. Next up in this tier is West Ashley. Median home price in West Ashley is $523,000. That's up 4% from last year. The location of West Ashley is great, but many sections have aging infrastructure. It's kind of hit or miss. The curb appeal sometimes is good and sometimes it's not. Some places need some serious TLC. Some places are really, really nice. You got to be really strategic when you're looking at West Ashley. I mean, it is a block by block, section by section decision. Look for blocks with renovated activity all over the place. That's a good sign people are investing in those areas because they're up and coming. Now, before we cross North Charleston and West Ashley off your list, I want to be clear. I love these two areas. These are neighborhoods that aren't bad by any means. They just require you to be a bit pickier than some of the other communities we're going to discuss in this video. Now, before we move up to Tier C neighborhoods, let me introduce myself if we haven't met. My name is Matt O'Neill. I'm a real estate professional here in Charleston and have been for the last 2 decades. My team and I have helped over 5,000 people relocate and buy a home here in Charleston, South Carolina. I literally love helping people move to the city because I moved here 20 years ago myself, and I think it's the best place you could possibly be. If you are thinking about moving to Charleston and want to stay in the know, make sure you hit that subscribe button because I produce new videos about what's happening in Charleston every single week. All right, let's get to the next tier. The next tier is Tier C, and it gets really interesting. In Tier C, we've got neighborhoods that won't blow your mind, but they definitely won't let you down either. They got that nice mix of lifestyle, amenities, and value that make for a really good mix and a solid investment. In Tier C is James Island. The median home price on James Island is $689,000. That's up a strong 10% from this time last year. James Island's super laid back. It's got a coastal vibe and it's got quick access to Folly Beach, and it's just 10 minutes from downtown. The location's really kind of ideal. There's tons of waterfront opportunities on James Island, and it's a real community that young families will thrive in. What are the downsides? Well, some areas of James Island flood when it rains really hard, and the bridges can be a traffic nightmare during rush hours. For families who want beach access without paying luxury island prices, James Island hits that sweet spot. It is a little bit more affordable than Daniel Island, which we're going to talk about later, at about half the cost for a home. Next up in this tier is Johns Island. The median home price of Johns Island is $615,000. That's up 4.5% from last year. It's got a cool rural rural character with rapid development happening, large lots, new subdivisions, and it's a really nice place if you like to see lots of oak trees and nature. It's a perfect spot if you want space and privacy, but still hit downtown within 20 to 30 minutes. You got way more land for your money here, but heads up, the infrastructure is struggling to keep up on Johns Island. The bridges to get on and off the community during rush hour can get very congested, and this can add time to your commute. Now, the island is changing like crazy right now. It seems like there's a new community that's popping up every other month. Next up in this tier is Cannonborough-Elliotborough. These are downtown areas. Big price jump here. We're looking at homes in the $1.3 million range. It's up an incredible 30% over last year. This is your classic up-and-coming downtown neighborhood. It's super walkable. It's got a really vibrant lifestyle. It's close to King Street, and you get all the restaurants and amenities of living downtown. The area has absolutely been exploding in value over the last few years. The downsides? Well, it's pricey. I mean, look at it. It's $1.3 million. We're talking double James Island and Johns Island. But if you love being downtown without south of Broad prices, this could be a really good area for you. Now let's step up to neighborhoods that are truly taking off. The ones where savvy investors are putting their money and the people that are in the know are starting to buy. On our Tier B properties and neighborhoods, we're starting to see serious movements. These are the spots that are attracting buyers that want to get prices before they shoot through the roof. First up in this tier is one of my favorite places to invest, Wagner Terrace. Median home price of Wagner Terrace is $1.2 million with a staggering 22% appreciation rate over the past year. It's the second highest in all of Charleston for 2025. It's a super family-friendly neighborhood and still downtown Charleston. The streets are really walkable, and there's a really good restaurant scene that just keeps getting better and better. Biggest problem? Well, there's not really any inventory. They don't make more land downtown. This is part of the reason we see high prices in all these downtown communities. You sometimes can get into an older home that needs work for under $1 million, and this could be a really good spot if you're somebody that likes to put in some TLC in a property. You want to be close downtown, but you don't want to spend the money that's already appreciated. Wagner Terrace could be a good spot. Next up, another one of my favorite neighborhoods to buy in, Park Circle. This is actually in North Charleston, but it is such a cool spot of North Charleston. Median home price in Park Circle is really, really affordable, $575,000. It's even down 4% from last year. That creates what I think is a really good buying opportunity. You might be surprised that I'm mentioning a spot in North Charleston as one of my favorite Tier B areas. Well, it's because Park Circle is super cool. There's a restaurant scene, there's a vibrant nightlife, there's a really cool community. There's parks that you can walk. This spot is a hot spot of Charleston. It's a really good spot to be. It's known for cute bungalows. It's known for tight-knit communities. The key focus, of course, is the park in the center of Park Circle. Next up is Radcliffeboro, another downtown community. Median price in Radcliffeboro is $1.1 million, up just 1% from last year. I think that this is a really good place to buy and a really good place to live. It's downtown on the peninsula. It's where MUSC, the Medical University of South Carolina, is. If you're looking for a place to invest, this is a good place to invest. And then doctors or nurses or residents will rent the home out. So you got a really strong rental market. Great potential for growth in Radcliffeboro. Downsides? Well, it's expensive and parking is a nightmare. So you might get some noise from the nightlife too from being downtown. But you get downtown and you get better value than living in, let's say, the French Quarter, which we're going to get to soon, where the median prices start to skyrocket. What's fascinating about these rising areas is that they are outperforming the traditionally prestigious neighborhoods of Charleston. This is a major shift in buyer preferences that we're starting to see in 2025. But if money is no object and you're looking for the ultimate Charleston experience, wait until you see the amenities and the lifestyle of our Tier A neighborhoods. Tier A neighborhoods of Charleston are the most sought after addresses if you're thinking about Charleston, South Carolina. They perfectly blend prestige, amenities, and lifestyle in a way that justifies these premium price tags. First up is Mount Pleasant. Median home price in Mount Pleasant is $860,000. That's down 4.4% from last year, and it creates a rare window for people who are looking for this great community. Mount Pleasant is an upscale coastal suburb with master plan communities that are close to the beach. The crown jewel of Mount Pleasant is Old Village. It has the historic charm and it has newer homes that are also blended in with historic architecture. The downside of Old Village? Well, really expensive. Mount Pleasant consistently ranks as one of the most desirable suburbs in South Carolina, and for good reason. When clients ask me about family-friendly communities, I usually suggest Mount Pleasant is one of the first places. But also in this tier is another amazing family-friendly community, and that's Daniel Island. Daniel Island has a median home price of $1.4 million, which is down significantly at 12.6% from last year. It's the biggest drop of all of our tiers. It's like a resort. It's a master plan community with golf courses, with walking trails, and its own town center. Daniel Island is super safe, it's walkable, and it has luxury amenities everywhere. Tons of executives and families who want that turnkey lifestyle choose Daniel Island. The downsides? You do have high HOA fees, and there's not a ton of nightlife. The island creates a buffer from the rest of Charleston, which some people love and others kind of hate. If you want this all-inclusive luxury community, Daniel Island delivers on every level, and I highly recommend it. Next up in my Tier A communities is Charleston Village. It's another community downtown with median prices at $1.295. This is a strong 12% up from last year. In this area, you have the historic peninsula right by the College of Charleston and King Street. There's beautiful architecture, tree-lined streets, and a huge demand for ownership. Charleston Village is walkable to restaurants, to shops, and to culture. Downsides? It's expensive, and parking can be a headache, and there's some turnover due to student housing for the College of Charleston. Charleston Village nails that combo of history and convenience in a way that few other neighborhoods can, except maybe King Street Historic District, which we're going to cover in just a minute. That's where you get easier walking access and greater restaurants and nightlife. But with the consistent price growth, Charleston Village is becoming one of Charleston's most reliable investments. But even these premium areas can't touch what's coming next. I'm talking about Tier S. These are neighborhoods that are the absolute pinnacle of Charleston living, with price tags and historical significance that put them in a league of their own. Here's a little preview. We're about to look at neighborhoods where the median price ranges range from $1.1 million to $2.8 million. These aren't just expensive areas, they're Charleston's landmarks that define this city's identity. At the top of the tier is south of Broad. Median home price south of Broad is $2.7 million, which is down slightly at 1.7% down from last year. This is Charleston's most prestigious addresses. Think of historic mansions, cobblestone streets, Rainbow Row, and the Battery. You get ultimate prestige, walkability, and architectural heritage at every block. The people here are serious about historic preservation and renovation. Downsides? It's crazy expensive, and there's almost no inventory, and there's some risk of flooding in low-lying areas. Living south of Broad means being surrounded by the history and the beauty that defines Charleston. This is what most people picture when they think of classic Charleston, and it lives up to the hype. Another great neighborhood in this tier is the French Quarter. The median home price in French Quarter is $1.5 million, which is down substantially 15% from last year. The historic luxury in the French Quarter has art galleries, preserved architecture, and you can walk to Charleston's best restaurants and theaters. The cultural amenities and beautiful streetscapes literally transport you to another area. This area hosts gallery walks and cultural events that showcase Charleston's artistic side. Downsides? High cost, tourist crowds during peak seasons, and not many single-family homes. For culture lovers who want to be at the center of Charleston's historic district, nothing beats French Quarter. French Quarter gives you slightly better value than south of Broad while keeping a similar historic character. The next in this tier is the King Street Historic District. The median home price is $1.1 million, which is up a solid 8.5% from last year. Urban historic living with incredible walkability, shopping, dining, and nightlife. This is city living at its finest. Everything right at your doorstep. Charleston's best restaurants, boutiques, and entertainment are all concentrated here. Downsides? High prices, parking virtually doesn't exist, and nightlife can be noisy. But it's perfect for professionals who value convenience and don't mind the urban energy. The King Street Historic District offers a different kind of luxury, focused on lifestyle rather than square footage. What most people don't realize about these elite areas is that the best choice really depends on your personal priorities. South of Broad gives you that prestige and architectural significance. French Quarter delivers cultural richness, and King Street provides historic living with unmatched convenience. So with all these options, how do you actually decide where to live in Charleston? Let's wrap up with some practical advice. amenities. Charleston truly has something for every budget and every lifestyle. The key is matching your priorities with Charleston's historic charm, modern amenities, investment potential, and just finding the best value for you. What makes Charleston so cool is how completely different each neighborhood feels, even though they're all so close to each other. You can go from historic downtown to a beachy island in just 15 minutes, or from an artsy district to a resort-style community in less time than it takes to grab a cup of coffee. The areas I'm most pumped about in 2025 are Cannonborough-Elliotborough as the up-and-coming downtown hotspot. For families, Harleston Village delivers solid growth with premium amenities, while James Island hits that sweet spot of affordability, location, and waterfront lifestyle. And if you're all about that historic vibe, the King Street Historic District is your move. If you're thinking about moving to Charleston, I'd love to help you make a great move. My contact info is in the description, so let's set up a call to talk about what you're looking for. My team and I have helped over 5,000 families buy a home in the Charleston area, so we know exactly how to match what you're looking for with the perfect Charleston community. And if you found this video really helpful, make sure you check out my next one, Everything New and Coming Soon to Charleston, South Carolina. This is where I cover the major developments, the infrastructure projects, and the growth areas that are going to impact the neighborhoods in the years to come. It'll give you a complete picture of where Charleston is now and how it's changing, and give you a strong appreciation for what the future of Charleston is going to look like. Until next time, I'm Matt O'Neill, and we'll see you on the next video.